My girlfriend thinks I'm hiding something, and I am her engagement ring. My girlfriend, Emma 26, and I, Mark 27, have been together for about 2 years now. From the very beginning, our relationship has been nothing short of amazing. We complement each other in ways I never thought possible. Emma has this incredible ability to make me feel truly happy and cherished. We share similar interests, values, and dreams for the future, which only strengthened our bond over time. In the 2 years we've been together, we've built life filled with love, trust, and mutual respect. We enjoy simple pleasures like cooking together, hiking on weekends, and binge watching our favorite television shows. Our friends often comment on how well we fit together, and it's a sentiment I wholeheartedly share. About a month ago, I realized I wanted to spend the rest of my life with Emma. The thought of proposing had been on my mind for a while, but it was during a quiet evening at home, as we sat on the couch watching a movie, that the certainty of my decision hit me. I glanced over at her, laughing at a scene, and knew without a doubt that she was the one I wanted to marry. With this newfound clarity, I began planning the proposal. I wanted it to be special, something that would reflect the depth of my love for her. I spent countless hours researching rings online, reading reviews, and browsing through Etsy for something unique and perfect. After much deliberation, I finally found the ring, a beautiful, handcrafted piece that I knew Emma would adore. Once I had the ring ordered, the next challenge was ensuring the proposal remained a surprise. Emma and I have a very open relationship, but with the ring on its way, I had to change my behavior to keep the secret safe. I stopped letting her use my phone, fearing she might stumble upon my conversations with the ring vendor or see the receipt in my emails. As the delivery date approached, my anxiety grew. I became more guarded, constantly checking the mail to ensure Emma didn't accidentally find the package before I did. I even devised excuses to leave the house at odd times, just to make sure I was the one who intercepted the delivery. Emma noticed my strange behavior and made a few offhanded comments, but I managed to play it off each time. Today was the day the ring was finally delivered. I felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as I waited for the mail. When the package arrived, I managed to sneak it into the house without Emma noticing. I quickly hid it in my office, a place she rarely ventured into without me. That night I waited until I was sure Emma had fallen asleep before slipping out of bed and into my office. I closed the door quietly and took out the ring. It was even more beautiful than I had imagined. I examined it closely, feeling a sense of accomplishment and anticipation. After a few moments, I hid the ring in a secure spot and disposed of the packaging. Just as I was about to leave the office, Emma barged in. She looked at me with a mix of suspicion and hurt in her eyes. "What are you doing in here?" she demanded. I was caught off guard and panicked. "I was just watching some videos," I lied. "I didn't want to disturb you while you were sleeping." Emma saw right through my lie. "You're hiding something from me," she said, her voice trembling. "Why won't you just tell me the truth?" Emma's reaction caught me off guard. She had never looked at me with such mistrust before. She stormed off to bed, shoving off my attempts at affection. I stood there feeling a pit in my stomach, unsure of what to do next. I knew I had to come clean, but I didn't want to ruin the surprise. I took a deep breath and followed her to the bedroom. "Babe, I need you to listen closely," I said gently. "I wasn't doing anything bad or wrong. I was doing something good, something very good, and you would approve of it. Sometimes it's okay for couples to hide things from each other for a good reason." Emma looked at me, her eyes filled with frustration. "I don't understand," she said. "Why can't you just tell me now?" "I promise you'll understand soon," I replied, trying to reassure her. But Emma was still upset. She went to the living room, saying she was busy doing her things and didn't have to explain to me why or what she was doing. I watched her go, feeling helpless and unsure of how to make things right. Lying in bed alone, I couldn't shake the feeling of dread and guilt. I knew my actions had caused Emma pain, and it tore me apart. I decided to seek advice online, hoping to find some clarity on how to smooth things over. I posted my story on a relationship advice forum, explaining the situation and asking for guidance. The responses were varied, with some people suggesting I come clean immediately, while others advised me to stick to my plan and wait for the proposal. One comment stood out: surprises are meant to bring joy, but if the secrecy causes pain, it's not worth it. Find a way to reassure her without giving away the surprise. Taking the advice to heart, I decided to find a way to reassure Emma without revealing the proposal. The next morning, I made her favorite breakfast and brought it to her in bed. She looked at me with surprise but still seemed distant. "I know I've been acting weird," I said, sitting beside her, "and I'm sorry for making you feel like I was hiding something bad. I promise you it's nothing to worry about. It's something good, and you'll know soon enough." Emma sighed, her expression softening slightly. "I just don't like feeling like I'm being left out." "I understand," I replied, taking her hand. "And I promise this is something you'll love. Please trust me a little longer." She nodded, and I could see the tension between us easing, even if just a little. Over the next few days I focused on being more attentive and present. I wanted to show Emma that despite the secrecy, she was still my priority. We spent quality time together, and I made an effort to be transparent about everything else in my life. I also continued to plan the proposal meticulously. I wanted every detail to be perfect, from the location to the timing to the words I would say. I envisioned the look of surprise and joy on Emma's face when I finally got down on one knee. Despite my efforts, I could still sense a lingering doubt in Emma. She tried to hide it, but I knew her well enough to see the signs. It hurt to see her like that, but I held on to the hope that the proposal would make everything right. The day of the proposal finally arrived. I had planned a romantic picnic at a beautiful park we often visited. It was a place filled with happy memories, and I knew it would be the perfect setting for this special moment. I packed a basket with all of Emma's favorite foods and a bottle of champagne. I made sure to include a small, beautifully wrapped box with the ring inside. As we arrived at the park, I could see the curiosity in Emma's eyes. We found a quiet spot under a large oak tree and set up the picnic. We talked and laughed, enjoying the beautiful weather and each other's company. As the sun began to set, I knew it was time. I took a deep breath. "Emma," I began, taking her hand in mine, "these past 2 years with you have been the best of my life." Emma's eyes widened as I reached for the small box. "Will you marry me?" I asked, opening it to reveal the ring. For a moment there was silence. Then tears filled Emma's eyes as she smiled. "Yes," she whispered, nodding. "Yes, I'll marry you." I slipped the ring onto her finger, and we embraced, both of us overwhelmed with joy. The doubts and misunderstandings of the past few days melted away, replaced by a profound sense of happiness and love. As we sat there holding each other and basking in the glow of our engagement, I couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought us to this moment. The secrecy and anxiety had been challenging, but it had all been worth it to see the look of pure joy on Emma's face. We talked about the misunderstandings and how we could improve our communication in the future. Emma admitted that she had been hurt by the secrecy, but understood my intentions now. We promised to be more open and honest with each other even when planning surprises. With our engagement official, we couldn't wait to share the news with our family and friends. We took a few photos at the park and then headed home, eager to call our loved ones. The reactions were overwhelmingly positive. Our families were thrilled, and our friends were excited to celebrate with us. It felt wonderful to share our happiness with the people who meant the most to us. We spent the next few days basking in the joy of our engagement, planning a small celebration with our closest friends and family. Emma was over the moon with the ring, and seeing her happiness made all the effort worthwhile. As we began to plan our wedding, we kept in mind the lessons we had learned from this experience. We made a conscious effort to communicate openly and honestly, ensuring that we both felt included and valued in the planning process. The proposal had been a beautiful moment, but it was the journey that had brought us closer together. We had faced a challenge and come out stronger on the other side, with a deeper understanding of each other and a renewed commitment to our relationship. Our engagement marked the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. We were no longer just a couple, we were partners planning a future together. The excitement and anticipation of our upcoming wedding filled our days with joy. As we continued to navigate the ups and downs of life, we knew that our love and commitment to each other would see us through. The proposal had been a test of our relationship. One of the most important lessons we took away from this experience was the importance of trust. While surprises can be wonderful, they should never come at the expense of the trust and openness that form the foundation of a strong relationship. We made a pact to always prioritize our communication and to trust each other even when things weren't entirely clear. This commitment to trust and transparency became a guiding principle in our relationship, helping us navigate future challenges with confidence and love. With our engagement solidified and our future ahead of us, Emma and I focused on building a life together. We discussed our dreams and goals, from starting a family to pursuing our careers and traveling the world. Every conversation brought us closer, deepening our connection and strengthening our bond. We knew that life wouldn't always be easy, but we were ready to face whatever came our way hand in hand. Our love had been tested, and we had emerged stronger, more resilient, and more in love than ever. The day of our wedding arrived, filled with love, joy, and excitement. Surrounded by our family and friends, we exchanged vows and promised to love and cherish each other for the rest of our lives. The ceremony was beautiful, a reflection of our journey and the love we shared. As we celebrated with our loved ones, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the path that had led us to this moment. The challenges and misunderstandings had only made our love stronger, and I knew that our future together would be filled with happiness and love. Looking back on our journey, I realized that the secret of the engagement ring had been a test of our love and trust. It had shown us the importance of communication, trust, and openness in a relationship. But most importantly, it had reaffirmed our love for each other. Emma and I were ready to face the future together, knowing that our love would see us through any challenge. The proposal had been the start of a new chapter. As we embark on this new chapter of our lives as husband and wife, we do so with hearts full of love and excitement. Our journey together has been filled with laughter, tears, and countless beautiful moments. We look forward to building a future together, creating new memories, and continuing to grow as individuals and as a couple. The story of our engagement ring is one we will cherish forever, a reminder of the love, trust, and commitment that brought us together. It is a testament to the strength of our relationship. In the end, the secret of the engagement ring was not just about the proposal. It was about the love and dedication that went into planning a future together. It was about the trust we had in each other and the strength of our bond. And it was about the joy of sharing a life filled with love, happiness, and endless possibilities. Emma and I are ready to face the future together, knowing that our love is strong and enduring. We are partners in every sense of the word, ready to support each other, cherish each other, and build a life filled with love and happiness.